Good afternoon, hello and welcome to WBS Afternoon Edition. I am Anita Moangozi. Work at the Buama Court in Mpigi District came to a standstill following theft there. This after unknown thugs broke into the court and stole computers and other valuables, paralyzing business. The thieves used the court's security lapse to break into this court, which is being guarded by an armed night watchman. The two stolen computers contained the court's case files and other relevant documents used for the daily running of the court. This court had just shifted a month ago from the Boama sub-county head offices, where it had operated for over 30 years, when the judiciary relocated it to another place for lack of privacy and insecurity at the sub-county offices. The Buama Grade 1 Magistrate Naomi Sihoya had come earlier for her daily activities, but got shocked when she discovered that the door to the court's clerk was wide open and later discovered that computers were missing. Residents near this court said that they heard strange noise at night, but thought it was the night watchman doing his work. Police later came in to verify the incident and suspected a hand from the night watchman, John Ngendabanyikwa, who had gone into hiding following this incident.
That sounds awful. Katire nkumako katune nantenge bya watali kufuru kankume banange bamale kujolwaze ate kati yena inagulawo olwamaze kugulawo atagenze yokulaba nga computer terimu netegera nti batubbe nekirabika mu committee yasuzeewo.
He was later arrested and locked in the police cells to support this investigation. In more news, the Uganda Matters University in Kozi has received a new vice-chancellor. The installation of the new chancellor that took place at the university's premises was conducted by the Uganda Matters University Chancellor, Archbishop John Baptist Odama.
My dear people, each one needs to know one's goal and to know where one is heading. Consequently, we all have to be focused.
You offer the example that your level of education is so high, you cannot reduce yourself to that level. Discuss issues. Talk with your lecturers. Talk with your student leaders.
That science and technology is the sole answer to our perennial challenges of ignorance, disease, and poverty. The relevance of the Catholic University shall be to marry the two as the ideal outcome of authentic development.
I wish to appeal to all stakeholders, more so the Uganda Episcopal Conference of Bishops, the Governing Council and its various committees, Senate, management, staff, both academic and non-academic, and students, to accord Dr. McVitie all the support he needs to move this university to the next level.
We now cross over to South Sudan, where more than 2.5 million people are facing food insecurity in the war-torn South Sudan. Humanitarian agencies warn, and reporting from opposition-held territory, VOA's Gabe Joslaw explains the dimensions of the crisis and how ordinary South Sudanese are coping without getting enough to eat.
When all other options are exhausted, people here in Lankian, South Sudan, strip leaves from the trees as their last resort for food. Poor harvests, conflict, and constraints on trade have pushed this area into what humanitarian agencies have classified as a level 3 food crisis, 2 steps below famine. Nabi al-Mashar says she and her family are running out of supplies and have no income for food.
There's no employment here and no money. We get very little support, so I will survive on what I can get from the forest, wild fruits and leaves.
Lankian is in the heartland of the opposition, where mostly ethnic Nuer rebel soldiers have taken up arms against the government of President Salva Kiir. Because the area is surrounded by government forces, the town is becoming increasingly isolated. While the stress is severe here, it may not seem as apparent as in other parts of the country that are closer to famine. The local humanitarian coordinator for the county, War Biao-Pam, says to the outsider this place may not seem like it is food insecure, but look.
If you could come before crisis, the market was so big, a lot of food, a lot of commodities, but nowadays there's not enough food. People are many, you can see many people are moving around, densely populated in this area, and the food is not enough.
United Nations airdrops and the distribution of basic dry foods have helped stave off a much worse crisis, but the deliveries are not always on schedule, and stocks from the last drop are already running low. Humanitarian groups are considering ways to better support the population during the coming rainy season, according to Alberto Maquer of Oxfam.
If not direct food distribution or whatever support we are giving, then it will mean other intervention like cash, maybe giving to traders to make sure that they buy a lot of this good during dry season, and during wet season there will still be a lot of goods in the market for people to access.
Rains are not expected until May, which means as food supplies dry up and conflict blocks access and movement, people here are going to have to dig deep and keep doing whatever it takes to survive.
About 500 children aged 11 and under are missing from a Nigerian town recaptured from militants, a former resident of Damascus has told the media. A trader in the northeastern town said armed fighters took the children with them when they fled. Troops from Niger and Chad seized Damascus earlier in March, ending months of control by the Islamic militants. A regional force has recently been helping Nigeria take on the insurgents. The senator representing the north of Borno State, Maina Maji Lawan, said the case in Damascus was typical and hundreds of children are missing. Elsewhere, no one survived when a German wings flight with 150 people on board crashed in southern France on Tuesday, and it is likely to take days to recover the bodies of those on board due to difficult terrain, French police at the crash site said. The Airbus A320 carrying